Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. I hope you're rocking out the week. We are officially at Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. Quick update before we get started. I am in the finishing touches of launching my weight loss course. So if that's something for beginners, if that's something that you're interested in, or you somebody that you know of is interested in it, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message. We'll get you early bird access. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with that. Let's get right into it. What I wanted to talk a bit about today was how to get back on track with your weight loss. What are we? We are just about in the middle of March right now. So at this point in time, most of us have long since given up on our New Year's resolution of losing weight. But at this point of time, we are summer's right around the corner. I believe the groundhog saw his shadow. I'm not sure what that means, but that's cool. And so we are officially in the summer body season where we get ready for our summer bod. So that's where I wanted to come on, give a couple tips that help me sort of stay on track, get back on track, right? And I want to share them with you. Hopefully they help. Tip number one is to realize that it happens. We're human. We are not robots. We can't physically do everything perfect all the time. We need to give ourselves a break every now and then and understand that a lot of times we do things and to quote somebody throughout this, we do things and we don't actually have an answer for them. So that, it happens, right? Whether it be life, stress, new change at work, change at home, right? Whatever happens. And we lose track of the way that we, our weight loss goals, our ambition, right? Our hopes, whatever plans we had go right out the window when life sort of gets to us, and when we tend to be a little bit more stressed. We're not sleeping right, which definitely leads to bad eating habits. When we're stressed, that basically leads to everything, right? We're not sleeping right. We're not, we're definitely not eating right. And we're more on the go than anything, right? So we tend to not really prepare for our on the go lifestyle. And unless we make a conscious decision to really be aggressive about it, it's easy for us to fall off the track, fall off the wagon. But we have to understand that we're just human. Stuff happens. Life happens. It's not always going to be pretty, but we just need to get through it and understand that you're awesome. We as people are awesome, and we can do it if we just put our minds to it. Number two, if you're hungry, eat an apple. I like this one because a lot of times we eat not because we're hungry, but because we're bored. We just don't really have or know of anything else that we can do, and we're just kind of sitting there and our stomach starts growling, or we're thinking of something, and it just triggers this emotion in our body, right? That we want to eat, we want to have something. And a lot of times when we feel this way, it's not the apples that we're going for. It's the chips or the ice cream or the, whatever other bad stuff is there that whatever you can get your hands on. So that's why I like this one. Eat an apple. It doesn't have to be an apple, but what's the saying? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. What if that's true, right? So why not make it an apple? It can be anything though, right? Banana, any sort of vegetable, strawberries if you're more interested in strawberries than apples. But you get my gist, right? We're not trying to go for something that is unhealthy. We're not trying to go for something just for the sake of eating. If we're going to eat, we're going to make it nutritious and we're going to make it beneficial to our bodies. That's why we go for the apple, the bananas, right? Maybe an avocado is a great one that's got great fats in it to help you fill up, nice protein. Everything about an avocado is great, and it definitely will fill you up, and it's beneficial for you, and so therefore you can eat more of it And when you're bored, quote unquote bored, it's going to be a lot more beneficial for you than, say, a bag of chips or, you know, a tub of ice cream, right? So I really like this one because when you bored eat, you also don't tend to realize what you're doing. You don't tend to think about, you know, any sort of repercussions. You're just trying to fill the void. So that's why if you're hungry, eat an apple, consider some sort of fruit and or vegetable and fill up on a serving that way. I believe that we are trying at the very least to eat 7 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. So if you're bored, that's just another reason to eat a serving of fruits and or vegetables to get yourself a little bit full. Number 2 is to plan a slack day / a cheat meal, could be, whichever you really feel like doing. I find this one is very beneficial because if we have a slack day to look forward to, I feel like subconsciously we will automatically be more inclined to, or with that, I would even say more subconsciously than anything, we would just do well. Just because, right? Because we are planning that day, that you know, that nice, awesome day that is going to be very, very delicious, you know, or we are planning that nice meal out with family or friends, right? Whatever we are deciding that's what we want to do. So also with this one, it's when we plan stuff and we sort of have a goal. I mean, think of like a trip, right? When you're going on vacation, you just can't sleep. You're so excited and everything just kind of, you know, it really speeds up. Time sort of speeds up, right? And that way, when we've got this thing to look forward to, we can actually sort of speed up our our eating well habits, and we can it makes us want to eat better more often because we're looking forward to this day. We're looking forward to our whatever we're planning, and it's super exciting and we're super into it, and we just can't wait for every minute of it, and it's going to be the best thing ever. And it doesn't really matter if it totally works against you. I mean, try to plan something that's not super bad, you know, like a day of KFC all day and 10 boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts. Please try not to do that, but you get my gist, right? You want to try and plan something where it's a little bit out of the normal. You know, you're not really focusing on how much you're eating, what you're eating, what is, bad, beneficial, that whole thing. All that plans just go right out the window. So plan a day, have something to look forward to, get excited about, and then that way you can I really think so. I think subconsciously it will lead you to automatically eat better and do better as a person leading up to that day because it's just so much excitement. Number 3, focus on your habits. I like this one because this is why I really don't like the term diet. And diets have an expiration date. And we don't, once we're done with our diet, we tend to go back to the way that we used to be. And then we put back on the weight. We go back to feeling that the way we were. And that all has to do with our habits. That's why we want to look more for a lifestyle change rather than a diet. But at the same time, we need to look at our habits. What is our habits that is making it so hard for us to not be able to eat healthy, or to stay on track, or we need to have a plan for when stuff goes sideways, right? When we get a little bit derailed, when life gets in the way a little bit, when we are a little bit off course and we need to get back on, right? So this is all stuff that we need to build into our regular habits. We need to make a habit of going for an apple versus a bag of chips. We need to make a habit of getting enough sleep, right? So that we can allow our metabolism to do what it does. We need to make a habit of eating breakfast. We need to make a habit of eating snacks throughout the day. So this is all stuff that we need to make habits of, and we need to put all this stuff into our daily routine, right? everything that we do in life is part of a routine, and our habits form our routine. Everything that we do in life, we do most of the time. You've heard the term before, it's out of a force of habit, because we just do it. And breaking a habit is really hard. Making a habit is probably even harder. But once you break it, or once you make it, it's really, really tough to break it. So that's why we want to make it a habit of eating breakfast, right? Make it a habit of going for a walk. Make it a habit of eating an apple a day. This is all stuff that we need to focus on more than anything. If we make it, if our habit is to not eat breakfast or not eat dinner, right? Then that when we do everything that we need to do in order to lose the weight, look better, all that stuff, we're just going to go back to our habits before that were detrimental to our success, and it's going to be. It's just going to be the cycle that you go in, right? You're bad, then you go to good, then you come back to the bad, and it's just a cycle that you're going to keep going through unless you address the root problem, which is your habits. So definitely focus on that. My next tip is to get support. Weight loss, losing weight, getting into shape, all that stuff is probably one of the toughest things that we have to do in life. I really find that a lot of times we go through seasons, right? We are a lightweight and we feel well and everything's going good, and then life sort of happens, and then we end up with weight gain and all the illness and stuff that comes along with that, and we sort of go through these cycles, right? So that's why we need to get support. Asking for help is one of the hardest things that you can do, and it's also one of the strongest things that you can do. One of the things that makes you a strong person is the ability to ask for help. Over here at Euler Living, we have a huge community that we just support each other on whatever endeavor we're looking to go through. So I mean, if that's something that you're interested in, definitely reach out and we'll get you part of our community where we definitely support each other. It is tough to go through something like this, and it's definitely tough to do it alone, because you're not always going to be, we are our own worst critic as much as we're our best motivator. We're our worst enemy. So we're also really easy on ourselves, right? We decide that it's fine, if we don't eat the way that we're supposed to eat, or if we don't do the exercise that we're supposed to do, all that stuff. We can tend to be very easy on ourselves. That's why we get a support group, right? And that's why if you're interested in joining a support group, definitely reach out and we'll get you started with that. But find a friend. Losing weight is so much easier with a friend. Perhaps a family member. Family's not really they're not really the best people to have as a support system, but definitely try and find something. Facebook groups are definitely huge. Meetup communities, right? Eventbrite, people are looking for the exact same thing. So definitely find a support system somehow. Everything is better with a buddy. My next tip is to focus on vegetables. If there's one thing that you could do right away to, get right back on the weight loss track, is to focus on fruits and vegetables. Eating more is just going to be that much more beneficial for you. I think I read somewhere that we want to eat something in the 14 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. That's a lot. It really is. And when you start thinking about that, it can get very overwhelming and stressful and all sorts of other words that you want to throw in there. But that's why we break it down and we just do what we can, right? So when we're looking to get back on track, that's the best thing that we can do for ourselves, is just add some fruits and vegetables to our diet. It's the easiest way to help kickstart your weight loss process. It's also a super easy to incorporate thing into your daily routine. It's not something that you have to go out of your way and do a whole bunch of research on, and why we should do it, and what's the benefits, and this, that, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows that vegetables, food is health, right? So Focus on your vegetables. Vegetables are also great in assisting you, helping to get your water intake, right? As people, we are 60% roughly water. So we need water more than anything else in our lives, right? So that's why the vegetables are a huge aid in helping to get that water intake. If you don't like the taste of regular water, I hear a lot of that. I don't like the taste of regular water. It's just bleh. I mean, do what you can to get over that. But definitely eating vegetables is going to be a huge benefit to that one. And then my last tip more than anything is essential oils. I love using essential oils for everything. And, getting back on track with your weight loss goals is definitely a super easy task for essential oils. The very first one that I have is a blend of oils from doTERRA. It's called Smart and Sassy. I love this one. It's the metabolic blend from doTERRA. It's a bunch of oils mixed together that help to boost your metabolism, curb hunger cravings, help boost your immune system. Another great one. I believe it's got cinnamon in there. So, these help to aid in digestion. It's got peppermint in there. So that's definitely a blend that's going to be huge in assisting your weight loss goals. Another blend that I have is a blend called Serenity. This one is more of a bedtime blend, helping to create a restful environment. That's perfect for sleeping, but that's just it right there. It's perfect for creating a restful environment. When you're really overwhelmed and you're stressed and you need to just calm down a little bit, or when you have a whole lot going on in your mind and you just need that little break from reality, I love using that one. That one gets used in our diffuser almost nightly. And then my last blend that I got for you is Citrus Bliss. This one is a blend of citrus oils that is great for helping to boost your mood, right? When we tend to go through a weight loss change, a lot of times we can get moody and grumpy. I feel like that's just your body kind of going through its own detox. And, we just get that sort of feeling all out of us. And Citrus Bliss is a great one for helping to, to just release those negative feelings, to help you feel more confident, happy about yourself. It's also a citrus oil, so it's naturally cleansing and detoxifying, which is also great for helping with your weight loss goals. That's all I got for you for today. My tips to help get back on track with your weight loss goals. Number 1, just remember it happens. Get over it. Number 2, if you're hungry, eat an apple. Number 3, plan a slack day. Number 4, focus on your habits. Number 5, get support. Number 6, focus on vegetables. And number 7, try essential oils. I promise you, you will love the results. That's all I got for you for today. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have an awesome rest of your Wednesday and an even better rest of your week. I love you guys. I look very forward to talking to you again. Bye for now.